Hello children, how are you? Good morning everybody. Yes, now we have to see that same lesson, matter around us. Yes, that matter around us already one topic studied. Yes, now we will study about separation of mixtures. Okay children, everybody open your book. Okay, separation of mixtures. Okay, yes. Matter around us everybody studied before, yes, that all everybody studied, memorized, homework done, yes, okay. Okay children, we are going to study separation of mixtures. Separation of mixtures. Mixtures, already we studied what is mixtures, type of mixtures also studied. Okay, how do you separate the mixtures, that we will study. Okay, many mixtures contain useful substances mixed with unwanted material. Many mixtures contain useful substances mixed with unwanted materials. That means you 1 kilo rice you are buying from the shop means that have some stones also inside. Yes, that is a mixture. Yes, that like different materials you are buying from the shop, that different unwanted things, unwanted materials are mixed there, that is a mixture. In order to obtain these useful substances, chemists often have to separate them from the impurities, from the impurities, that we will separate the unwanted things, we will separate the unwanted things, that useful substances, that means we will use the useful substances means that unwanted things we will separate. Okay, how we will separate the mixture, that we will study. Okay, chemists often have to separate them from the impurities. The choice of particular method to separate components of mixtures will depend on the properties of the component of the mixture materials as well as physical status. Physical status. That means we will separate the mixtures. Okay, separate the mixtures. So okay children, now we will study about sublimation. What is sublimation? Sublimation. Certain solid substances when heated change directly from solid to gaseous state without attaining liquid state. The water vapor when cooled give back solid substance. This process is known as sublimation. What is sublimation, you know? Solid substances when heated change directly from solid to gas. You know that we are solid ice cube were heated by the heat means that will change the state, that the solid state change into liquid state. Next the liquid also we will heat, that after that change the state, that is a gas. Solid change into liquid, liquid change into gas. Okay, that like that is a different status. Here directly the solid state change into gaseous, that is a sublimation. Okay, that is sublimation. Everybody see the picture. See the picture everybody. One dish is there, China dish. China dish inside. China dish. that ammonium chloride, salt and sand is there. Ammonium chloride, salt and sand. Okay, ammonium chloride, salt and sand is inside the China dish. After one inverted funnel we will invert on the China dish. China dish inside what is the ammonium chloride salt is present in the China dish. Okay, that inverted funnel on the China dish. After that cotton plug is closed by the funnel open. Okay, cotton plug. Okay, covered the open. Okay, after see the picture everybody. Solidified ammonium chloride, vapors of ammonium chloride when heated. Okay, the burner is there. You see the burner, China dish, ammonium chloride, salt and sand, cotton plug, inverted funnel. Okay, that like we will keep. Okay, the vapors when cooled give back to solid substance. Example, iodine, camphor, ammonium chloride. Okay, now how we will do this one? See, everybody listen carefully. The powdered mixture of ammonium chloride and sand is taken in a China dish. Okay, ammonium chloride and sand is taken in a China dish and covered with a perforated asbestos sheet. That is China dish and covered with perforated asbestos sheet. An inverted funnel is placed over the asbestos sheet as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure, that like first China dish inside ammonium chloride and sand covered with perforated asbestos sheet. After inverted funnel is placed over the asbestos sheet, the open end of the stem funnel is closed using cotton wool or cotton plug. The China dish is heated. The pure vapor of volatile solid pass through the holes in the asbestos sheet and condense on inner side of the funnel. The non-volatile impurities remain in the China dish. Solidified ammonium chloride, vapors of ammonium chloride. Okay, pure vapor of volatile solid pass through the holes asbestos sheet and condense on inner side of the funnel. The non-volatile impurities remain in the China dish. Okay, what are the vapors? Pure vapor of volatile solid pass through the holes. Vapors of ammonium chloride. Solidified ammonium chloride. That funnel inside vapors of ammonium chloride. The side of the funnel solidified. That like a solid. Solidified ammonium chloride. Okay. That like we will separate mixture. We will separate the mixture ammonium chloride. Okay. Ammonium chloride and salt we will separate. Ammonium chloride, salt and sand mixed with the China dish. We will give heat. That time the vapors of ammonium chloride going up, that going inside the funnel solidified the ammonium chloride at the side of the funnel. Okay. Yes. Do you understand, children? Sublimation. What is sublimation? That solid directly change into gas. solid directly change into gas. Okay, here ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride and sand is a mixture. We will heat that ammonium chloride and salt. That ammonium chloride vapors are going up. Okay, so it is an example of sublimation. Okay, it is an example of sublimation. Okay. Now we have to see centrifugation. 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 What is centrifugation? What is centrifugation? Centrifugation is a process by which fine insoluble solid from a solid liquid mixture can be separated in a machine called centrifuge. Okay, centrifuge, the process by which the fine insoluble solid not insoluble solid from the solid and liquid mixture can be separated in a machine called centrifuge. A centrifuge rotates at a very high speed. On being rotated by the centrifugal force, the heavier solid particles move down and lighter liquid remains at the top. The milk dairies centrifugation is used to separate cream from milk. In washing machines, this principle is used to squeeze out water from wet cloths. This is also one centrifugation method. Washing machine. Milk dairies. Cream separate from the milk. Separate cream from the milk. That is also centrifugation method. தயிரை கடையும் போது வெண்ணெய் வரும்ல அது, that also one centrifugation method. Centrifugation is also used in the pathological laboratories to separate blood cells from the blood sample. That also centrifugation method. See the picture, centrifugation method that will rotate. Yes, that rotated by the centrifugal force. On being rotated by centrifugal force, the heavier solid particles move down and the lighter liquid remains at the top. All the heavier solid particles going down. Okay, this is a centrifugation method. This is like we can separate the things. Okay, children. Now we have to see solvent extraction. Solvent extraction. Everybody see the picture. Solvent extraction, see the picture. Water is there, that is the aqueous layer. Kerosene oil is there, organic layer. Next is separating funnel. One funnel is there, that funnel inside water and kerosene oil is there. That separating funnel have stopcock. Okay, stopcock. That water layer and oil layer is separate. Okay, that is different. Yes, we can see. Yes, two immiscible liquid can be separated by solvent extraction method. This solvent extraction method means here two immiscible liquid can be separated. This method works on principle of difference in solubility of two immiscible liquid in a suitable solvent. For example, mixture of water and oil can be separated using separating funnel. Solvent extraction method is used in pharmaceutical and petroleum industries. Solvent extraction method is used in pharmaceutical and petroleum industries also. Petroleum industry also solvent extraction method, because two kind of solvent is there, two kind of liquid is there. One here you see here water and oil, okay. Oil is a less weight, so going up. Yes, solvent, that water is down because that is a weight. Water has more weight, so that is below. This above the water, oil is there. Okay, that we will easily stopcock is there. Separating funnel, the separating funnel have stopcock. We are removing water little by little, that like coming, that kerosene oil, that is the oil layer coming time, we will stop that one. Okay, that like solvent extraction, we can separate that two types of liquids separated by solvent extraction method. Okay, children. Next we have to see simple distillation. Everybody see the picture. Simple distillation, everybody see. One burner is there. After that one here also two liquids are there. Salt water, otherwise sea water. Okay. After that heating time, the water boiling and the gas will go to the test tube. After that, one cooling water is in the conical flask. How the vapors are going through the tube after coming to the conical flask. Okay, that we will get a cooling pure water. Okay, now one thermometer also keeping there. Condenser is there. That means steam is condensed in tube cooled by water. The tube is there. The tube outside, the one condenser is there. Condenser, that cooling water out, cooling water in. Okay, that like one condenser is there. Cooling water in, cooling water out. Okay, that like the out of the tube, the condenser is there. The condenser cooling that stream, that we will get a pure water. Okay, this like simple distillation method. We will separate the seawater also. We can drink that like. Okay, distillation, simple distillation method. What is distillation? Distillation is a process of obtaining pure liquid from a solution. It is actually combination of evaporation and condensation. Here giving the heat. Okay, the water will evaporate. After that, water vapors going through the tube, the condenser is there, that cooling, that condensation is going on. After we will get the water. So distillation is equal to evaporation plus condensation. What is distillation? Evaporation plus condensation. That is a distillation. Okay. In this method, a solution is heated in order to vaporize the liquid. The vapors of liquid on cooling condense into the pure liquid water. That is a example seawater. In many countries is converted into drinking water by distillation. Many countries no water is there. So so that taking the sea water and heat, giving the heat and the vapors will come. The vapors cooling time we will get a water. This is a distillation water distillation method. The distillation flask is fixed with the water condenser. A thermometer is introduced in the distillation flask through an one-hole stopper. The bulb of thermometer should be slightly below the side tube. The brackish water, that is a sea water, brackish water, that is a sea water to be distilled is taken in the distillation flask and heated for the boiling. The pure water vapor passes through the inner tube of the condenser. The vapors on cooling condense into pure water and are collected in a receiver. The salt are left behind in the flask as a residue. After the flask have only solid residue is there. First we are keeping sea water. That means sea water means water with salt. The water boiling time waters are going like water vapors. That here residue only is there. In the flask only residue is there. The vapors on cooling condense into pure water and collected in a receiver. The salt are left behind the flask as a residue. Flask as a residue. Okay, simple distillation. What is distillation? What is distillation, children? You know? You understood or not? Distillation is process of obtaining pure liquid from a solution. It is actually combination of evaporation and condensation. Evaporation and condensation. Water evaporate, get the vapors and condense, that after we will get water liquid. Okay, liquid water. So this is a simple distillation method. Simple distillation method. Okay. Fractional distillation. We have to see fractional distillation. What is distillation, you know? Yes? Distillation means you know. Now fractional distillation. Already started is simple distillation. Now fractional distillation. To separate two or more miscible liquid which do not differ much in their boiling points. Much in their boiling points. Different in boiling points is less than 25 Kelvin. Fractional distillation is employed. Fractional distillation is used in petrochemical industry. Fractional distillation used in petrochemical industry to obtain different fractions of petroleum, to separate the different gases from air, to distill alcohols, etc. Everybody now see the picture. Everybody see the picture. One flask, wire gas, heat, mixture, distillation flask, cork, stand that is clamp, thermometer fixed, cork is there, fractionating column, one tube is going there, hot water out, hot water, water condenser, cold water in. We will give cold water, hot water will come out. That like very heat. After pure liquid component we will get. We will get the flask pure liquid component. Pure liquid component. Okay. Fractional distillation is used in petrochemical industry. Petrochemical industry to obtain different fraction of petroleum, to separate different gases from air, to distill alcohols, etc. Distill alcohols, etc. So fractional distillation method used petrochemical industry. Petrochemical industry only used the fractional distillation method. Chromatography. Chromatography. Everybody see the picture. Chromatography. Paper chromatography. Paper chromatography. Here, chromatography. Absorption and adsorption. Absorption and adsorption. What is adsorption? Absorption everybody know. Absorb. Absorption is the process in which the substance is uniformly distributed throughout the bulk of another substance. Absorb, water absorbing. Yes, the sponge absorbing the water. Yes, roots absorbing the water. Yes, absorption you know. Yes, what is adsorption? Adsorption is the process in which particles of substances is concentrated only at the surface of another substance. Surface of another substances. Particles is concentrated only at the surface of another substance. Not always. Okay? Only surface of the another substances. Surface. Here throughout the bulk of another substances. Absorption means absorbing all bulk of another substances. That adsorption means only surface of the another substance. Okay, that is the difference between the adsorption and absorption. Before we discuss the technique, we will take a look at the difference between the two important terms, absorption and adsorption. Do you understand? Adsorption, absorption. What is adsorption? Adsorption is a process in which the particles of substances is concentrately only at the surface of the another substances. Okay? Absorption is the process in which the substance is uniformly distributed throughout the bulk of another substances. For example, when a chalk stick is dipped in a ink, chalk is dipped in the ink, the surface retained the color of the ink due to adsorption of colored molecules, while the solvent of the ink goes deeper into the stick due to the absorption. Hence, all breaking the chalk stick, it is found to white from inside. White from inside. Okay? Adsorption is, understand? Take one chalk piece and we will dipped into the ink. The surface retain color of the ink due to adsorption of colored molecules. Hence, breaking of chalk, it's found to be white from inside. Yes or no? Anybody saw like this? Inside the chalk piece, no blue color. Very little only going. Outside of the chalk have blue color. Why? Easily going outside. The surface, the adsorption is going on. Absorption means that all going inside also. Okay? Here, little only going inside, outside all going easily. That is the adsorption and absorption. Chromatography is also separation technique. It is used to separate different components of mixture based on their different solubilities in the same solvent. There are several types of chromatography based on the above basic principles. The simplest type is paper chromatography. Simplest type, paper chromatography. chromatography. That also one separation technique, separation of mixture. Okay, it is used to separate different component of mixture, based on the different solubilities in the same solvent. There are several types of chromatography based on the above basic principles. The simplest type is paper chromatography. Now we will see the paper chromatography. This method is used to separate different colored dyes in a sample of ink. Yes, spot of ink is put onto the piece of chromatography paper. This paper is then set in a suitable solvent as shown in the figure. Everybody see the picture. Ink spot, that one spreading like this. First one drop, one spot only going inside, that after spreading like this. Is put on to the piece of chromatography paper. This paper is then set in a suitable solvent as shown in the figure. The black ink separate into its constituent dyes. That black ink only put it inside the paper. The black ink separate into its constituent dyes. As the solvent moves up the paper, the dyes are carried with it and begin to separate. They separate because they have different solubility in the solvent and are absorbed to different extents by the chromatography paper. They separate because they have different solubility, not the same solubility. Karayin tanmai, different. So only different solubility in the solvent and are absorbed to different extents by the chromatography paper. The chromatogram shows that black ink contains 3 dyes. What are the colors? Black ink only poured into the paper. Yes, black ink. That only changed. Different colors. See the colors? Yellow, pink, blue. That like different colors will come. Chromatogram shows that black ink contains 3 dyes. How many dyes? 3 dyes. Black ink contains 3 dyes. Okay, black ink contains 3 dyes. So, what paper chromatography here, we will separate the 2 different things. How? We will chalk stick is dipped into the ink. Okay, separation technique. We will separate the colors. We will separate the dyes. Okay, different solubilities in same solvent. In same solvent, different solubility is there. Solvent is same, solubility is different. Based on above basic principles, the simplest type is paper chromatography. That is the simplest. It is a paper chromatography. Okay. Now we have to see solutions. What is solution? Solution. You know solution? Yes, everybody knows solution. Yes, everybody saw solutions. Yes. What is solution? What is solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances. That means you take sugar and water mixed properly. Sugar mixed with water properly. that is a solution. So sugar solution, salt solution, that like more solutions are there. Okay, based on the particle size of solute, that also different types of solutions are those there. Okay, that in shorter we can say solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Solute plus solvent. Solute means that is a salt. Solvent means water. Solute and water, that is salt and water mixed with that make a solution. Okay, that is a salt water, that is a salt solution. Okay, salt solution. Solvent and solute mixed with solvent and solute, that is a solution. What are the types of solution? Three types of solution. One is true solution, colloidal solution, suspension. True solution. What is true solution? True solution. Anybody saw true solution? Yes. Sugar solution is a true solution. Salt solution is a true solution. You take one glass of salt solution. We can see the salt. You can see the salt. No. We can taste the salt. We can't see the salt. Yes or no? Yes. So that we can't see. That all mixed properly. That all mixed clear solution, that is. This sugar solution also like this. Okay. That mixed with water properly. We can't see the solute. We can't see the salt. So that is a true solution. Next one, starch and water. We get cloudy mixture. Cloudy mixture. Starch and water, cloudy mixture. In the mixture is called colloidal solution. In the case of wheat flour mixed with water, we get very turbid mixture and fine particles slowly set down at the bottom. After some time, this mixture called suspension. What is the example of true solution? Sugar solution, salt solution. What is the example of colloidal solution? Starch with water, that is a colloidal solution. What is the examples of suspension? That is a wheat flour mixed with water. Wheat flour mixed with water. Sometimes that slowly settle down at the bottom. That is the suspension. Okay. That like true solution, colloidal solution, suspension. That like three types. Solutions are three types. Okay. Everybody understood? Now we have to see true solution, colloidal solution, suspension. True solution, colloidal solution, the suspension. True solution, particle size lesser than 10 power 7 minus 7 centimeter. Very less particle. That is a milk. We can separate the particles. No, that is mixed there. That is a true solution. Otherwise, sugar solution. You think sugar solution? You know, sugar solution. You mix it with the sugar, with water, and make a solution. That is a sugar solution. That we can't see the sugar. Yes, that is a true solution. Colloidal solution means particle size between 10 power minus centimeter and 10 power minus 8 centimeter, 4 centimeter. So that means very big particles, colloidal particles. That is a mixture. that is colloidal particles. That is starch and water. We get cloudy mixture. That is a cloudy mixture, colloidal solution. That is a wheat flour mixed with water. That is a colloidal. Kulu kuluni irukkudu. Wheat flour and mixed with water. Okay, wheat flour mixed with water, that you know that is a colloidal. Okay, after suspension the fine particles slowly settle down at the bottom and turbid fine particles slowly settle down. Okay, this is the suspension. Okay, now Brownian movement. What is the movement? The colloidal solutions are viewed under powerful microscope. Okay, what is Brownian movement? When colloidal solution are viewed under powerful microscope, that means we can see the movement. It can be seen the colloidal particles are moving constantly and rapidly in a zigzag direction. Everybody see the picture, zigzag direction, Brownian movement, zigzag direction. The colloidal particles moving here and there. That also zigzag direction going, not going up and down, going here, there, for here, up, that, like zigzag direction. The Brownian movement of the colloidal particles is due to the unbalanced bombardment of the particles by the molecules of dispersion medium. The random motion of small colloidal particles suspended in a liquid or gas medium caused by the collision of the medium's molecules with the particles also called Brownian movement. Brownian movement. Okay children, Brownian movement. The random motion is small colloidal particles suspended in a liquid or gas medium caused by the collision of the medium's molecules with the particles. That one going here and there, like a zigzag direction. Okay, moving constantly. Colloidal particles are moving constantly and rapidly in a zigzag direction. That is a Brownian movement. Okay, Brownian movement. Now we have to see Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Everybody see Tyndall effect. One torch. See the picture everybody. Solution is there. Colloidal is there. Suspension is there. We will give torch light on the solution. Solution, colloidal and suspension. These three are solutions. Okay, true solution, colloidal solution, suspension. Okay, that like we give the torch. That time the scattering of visible light by colloidal particles is called the Tyndall effect. Colloidal particle, you see the picture everybody. Solution, the torch light giving and going other side. Colloidal not going outside. Okay, that colloidal particles scattering the visible light. The scattering of visible light by colloidal particle. Okay, this is called Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Tyndall was scientist. The scientist 1869 observed that when a strong beam of light is focused on the colloidal solution, the path of beam becomes visible. This phenomenon is known as Tyndall effect, and the illuminated path is called Tyndall cone. This phenomenon is not observed in the case of true solution, only colloidal solution. The phenomenon not observed in the true solution. Okay, only the colloidal solution, and suspension also we can see. So colloidal true solution we can't observe. We can't observe. Okay. So Tyndall effect, pure water, that is a true solution we can't see, and a colloidal solution, light beam, we can see properly, visible properly. Okay, we can visible properly. Okay children, Tyndall effect, do you understand? Scattering of visible light by colloidal particles. Okay, scattering of visible light by colloidal particles is called Tyndall effect. So we can see only the colloidal particles. We can't observe in the true solution. We can't observe in the true solution. Okay. Now we will see the difference between the types of solutions. Already we studied suspension, colloidal solution, true solution we studied. What is true solution, what is colloidal solution, what is suspension we studied. Now difference between the types of solution. Okay, what are the differences? Particle size. Suspension, that is 100 nm. Colloidal solution 1 to 100 nm. Soda solution, that is bigger than 1 nm. Bigger than 1 nm. Okay, that means particle size is different. Okay, next filtration and separation. Filtration and separation, suspension possible, colloidal impossible, solution also impossible. Filtration method, separation method, we can't separate the colloidal solution and we can't separate the true solution. Okay, that is impossible. Solution we can, suspension we can possible. We can filtration, separation method possible. Okay. Next, setting of particles. Setting of particles. Setting of particles, that is settled on their own. Suspension, the particles are settled down on their own. Colloidal solution settle on centrifugation. Settle on centrifugation, not own. Centrifugation method we are doing means that will centrifuge. Otherwise not. Okay, solution do not settle. Do not settle. That is a true solution, do not settle. Next, appearance opaque. Appearance opaque. Opaque. We can't see other side. Opaque. Next, colloidal translucent, semi-transparent. That means we can see less. We can see less. Okay. We can't see full. Okay. So true solution we can see, that is a transparent. That's true solution transparent, colloidal solution translucent, and suspension opaque. Scattering of light. Next one, scattering of light. Does not penetrate. Colloidal, that is a scattered. Solution does not scatter. Only colloidal solution scatters. Colloidal solution scatters. Next, diffusion of particles do not diffuse. Suspension do not diffuse. Colloidal solution diffuse slowly. Rapid true solution diffuse rapidly. Brownian movement. Suspension may show, colloidal solution show, true solution does not show. Nature, heterogeneous in suspension, heterogeneous in colloidal solution, homogeneous in solution. Homogeneous in true solution, heterogeneous in suspension and colloidal solution. Okay, these are the difference between the types of solution: suspension, colloidal and solutions. Particle size is different. Filtration also, filtration separation method, not possible in colloidal and true solution. Setting up particles also only suspension, only set in own, and colloidal not centrifugation. Appearance is a opaque, translucent, transparent like this. Scattering of light only colloidal only scattered. Diffusion of particles little only diffuse in colloidal solution, diffuse rapidly in true solution. Brownian movement only colloidal solution. Nature, that is a suspension heterogeneous, colloidal heterogeneous, so true solution homogeneous. This like our difference between the suspension colloidal solution all. Okay children, do you understand? Study this one. Now we have to see emulsion. Emulsion. What is emulsion? Emulsion is a colloid of two or more immiscible liquids where one liquid is disposed in another liquid. One liquid is disposed in another liquid. One liquid is disposed in another liquid. Water in oil. One liquid you see, water in oil. Oil in water. You see, oil in water. One liquid, water. Another liquid is oil. Here we will take one bowl. You pour some oil. Pour some oil. After we will pour some water drops. Some water drops. After the water drops going here and there. Yes, water drops going here and there. That is the oil phase. That oil, water phase. The oil is the water in oil. Oil in water. See the difference. Everybody see the difference. Types of emulsion, two types. One is water in oil. Another one is oil in water. Okay. You can see that picture. Can you see children? Yes. Now, what is emulsion? What is emulsion? Emulsion is a colloid of two or more immiscible liquid. Two or more immiscible liquid where one liquid is disposed in another liquid. This means one type of liquid particles get scattered in another liquid. In other words, an emulsion is a special type of mixture made by combining two liquids that normally don't mix. Combining two liquids that normally don't mix. The word emulsion comes from the Latin word meaning to milk. To milk. Milk is one example of emulsion of fat and water. Emulsion, that is milk. That milk have fat and water. Okay? Fat and water is mixed there. That is a milk. Milk is one example of emulsion of fat and water. The process of turning a liquid mixture into an emulsion is called emulsification. What is emulsification? The process of turning a liquid mixture into an emulsion is called emulsification. Milk, butter, cream, egg yolk, paints, cough syrup, facial cream, pesticides. These are some common examples of emulsion. These are common examples of emulsion. Okay, what are the common examples? Paint, cough syrup, facial cream, pesticides, butter, milk, cream, egg yolk. These are the examples of emulsion. These are the examples of emulsion. Okay, what is emulsion? Understand, children? Yes, two type of emulsion. One is oil with water, that is a cream. Water with oil, that is a butter. Okay, oil with water, that is cream. Oil and water can form an oil in water emulsion, where oil droplets is disposed in water and they can form a water in oil emulsion. Example, butter, which water disposed in oil. Water disposed in oil. Emulsion find wide application is food processing, pharmaceuticals, metallurgy, and many other important industries. So emulsion, very important work going on. Okay, yes. So now studied what are the types of solution: true solution, colloidal solutions, suspension. How is the movement of water? Brownian movement, Tyndall movement, Tyndall effect. Okay, emulsion, special kind of colloid. That are two type of emulsion. One is oil with water, water with oil. That is the emulsions. Okay, okay, children. Everybody study this lesson. This lesson, you study, draw the pictures, study these lessons, matter around us. All taught. Okay, you study the, fill in the blanks, choose the correct answer, separation of everybody open the book. Everybody open the book. Choose the correct answer. State true or false. Fill in the blanks. Everybody find this answer and write it. Okay. Everybody find the answer and write it. Okay. Yes. Now homework. Write 7 one-word answers. Write 7 one-word answers. Okay, one-word answer you write it. That means you take 7 questions and write the answers. Write about separation of mixture. That is your assignment. Separation of mixtures. Write it about sublimation, centrifugation, solvent extraction, simple distillation, fractional distillation. These are the separation of mixtures. This is your assignment. You write assignment neatly and keep it in your file. After you will submit. Okay. Now you keep it separated properly. This also have mark. Okay. Everybody study this lesson. Everybody read this lesson properly. Write the assignment properly. Okay, children. Everybody study. Okay.